All right, now we have a clear view of our mass airflow sensor. To remove this, let's start with the electrical connector. For this, I'm going to use a small pocket screwdriver. Carefully remove this lock. I'll just slide it up and away from the connector. Now once that's slid away, you can continue on by pressing in the center. There's a little tab there. I'll just go ahead and grab onto that and pull it off. There we are. I'll go ahead and pull that right out of there. Just give it a quick inspection. We are going to be reusing this. Now the next thing we're going to do is grab right onto the center here. There's a tab. You can squeeze on this and then carefully pull this away. Once you have it off of there, just give this a close inspection. If you see any funny colors, it's probably corrosion and it would need to be dealt with. Now the next thing we're going to do is start dismounting this from the air filter box. To do that, you're going to find two very small Phillips head screws. There's one up here, and then there's one down in the far corner down here. Let's remove the pair. Okay friends, now it's time to install the mass airflow sensor. You want to pay attention to this area right here. That's the sensing agent. Now you want to make sure that the air is going to get blown by that. The air gets drawn in through the air filter and gets drawn into the engine. So with that said, I'm going to have the sensing agent facing towards the passenger side, closest towards the air filter. Once you have it set in place, we can continue on with our two mounting screws. Typically when I do these, I like to start both of them in by hand. After they're both started, we can go ahead and snug them. Now at this point, you just want to double check your work. You want to make sure this is secured to the air filter housing. If it isn't, you could potentially have dirty or unmetered air making its way into the engine, in which case you're going to have a serious running condition. Once you're sure it's tight, let's continue on with that electrical connector. We're just going to go ahead and connect it in and listen for a click. There it is. I'm going to give this a little tug to make sure it's nice and secure. It will move around, but it should not want to slide off. Once you're sure it's secure, we can continue on with our lock. Looking at the lock, you can tell that I have two little tabs, and then I have one tab in the center. That tab in the center has a hook that should be facing upward towards this. Let's go ahead and slide this into position. Now we'll slide it in all the way up against the connector. That's going to lock it in. Typically, I like to squeeze on this and see if I can pull it off. Okay friends, we got our mass airflow sensor installed in the vehicle. What's left to do now? Now of course you're going to want to go ahead and start up the vehicle, let it run for a little while. We're listening for any funny noises and making sure the engine runs perfectly. Aside from that, make sure you don't have a check engine light and then take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.